Welcome to I Like to Online, and sticking to our hamburger story, now let's find the mid-range of the prices of the hamburgers that we encountered on our long road trip. I think after eating 10 hamburgers, you kind of get tired of burgers. No. There's no such thing as getting tired of hamburgers. I can eat hamburgers the rest of my life and enjoy them every single time. Anyway, mid-range. What do we mean by mid-range? We take the lowest value and we add that to the highest value and we divide by 2. And of course, to find the mid-range, what that means is we need to go ahead and reorder them if they're not in an order from lowest to highest value. Because then sometimes we may miss the lowest and highest value because we have to go searching through there. It makes it more difficult. But once we have them reordered, you simply go to the smallest value, which is the lowest value. You go to the highest value. And then you grab those two values, add them together, divide by 2, that gives you the mid-range. Let's see what that's equal to. So we take $2 plus $10 and divide by 2, which is equal to $12, divided by 2, which is equal to $6, and that is the mid-range. Now what does the mid-range tell you? Well, it kind of ignores everything in between. It ignores the mode, like for example, that there's one particular price that happens a lot of times. It ignores the average because that way you have less of a weight value on the large values. They occur very few times, and it gives you kind of a good feel for how much a hamburger costs in general, or the median, or the mode. Those are the typical values that give you kind of what you like to see as far as getting a feel for how much a typical burger costs as you are on a long road trip. But the mid-range gives a lot of weight to the small value and a lot of weight to the large value, ignores everything in between. And let's say, for example, that the high value was 20. Well, then your mid-range would be $11, which means $11 would be more than all but the very most expensive burger that you did find on your road trip. So the mid-range can give you a good value when you have a good distribution of values, meaning you don't have anything on the left side, on the low side that's unusual, anything on the high side that's unusual. Then the mid-range gives you a fairly good value that should be typically fairly close to the average, the mode, and the median. But if you have an outlier, either on the low side or on the high side, that's far removed from the typical value, then the mid-range is not going to give you a lot of insight into what's going on. In this case, the mid-range is $6. That's not a bad value. That means that, hey, that's the typical value you would pay for your hamburger on the trip. Although you can see that the high cost of the one burger at $10 did skew that value off to the right. It's a little bit more than the average value that we found, the mode and the median that we found. And that is how it's done.